Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome. So great to be with you today. It's another amazing fall day, beautiful 70 degrees outside. So today, is your relationship depressed? Are you depressed? I like to hit the depressed subject from time to time because it's really important, especially for people who've been through depression and anxiety. And I'd like to give little tips that have helped me deal with, underlying depression and a pretty good bout of depression I went through some time ago. But with regards to relationship, we could define depression clinically, and it would lead down a long, complicated path of neurotransmitters and feelings and childhoods and all that. And I think that's good to do with somebody that's trained to do that over a long period of time. But what do you do this day if you realize your relationship with your partner is not what it could be with your child, maybe, but this is more about partners? And what do you do? How do you manage it when you're unhappy? And that's what we want to talk about today. The approach I'd like to share with you today is starting off by looking at the other way around. What does life look like when you feel good, when you're kind of on top of your game? How do you feel? How do you feel about your partner? Let's say your partner comes to you and says, "Hey honey, I got a massive bonus at work today and we're heading to the beach. I have your favorite snacks and drinks in the car, and here's the mocha grande that you like so much. We're going to the most lovely resort in a place called Beautiful Place on Earth," whatever that is for you, the most beautiful, idyllic place that you can picture where you can relax and have all your needs met with your spouse with you, and whatever those circumstances look like. How would you feel at that moment? The car's ready to go, everything's been done for you, everything's been packed, your spouse is happy, and all of a sudden you don't have any responsibilities for a while. How does that feel? That feels pretty good, right? If you don't feel this way about your relationship, if in the morning you wake up and it's dull or you feel isolated, that's not good. The way I've heard depression in life described by somebody, I can't remember who it was, unfortunately, but it's a really good analogy. It's like if you were in a submarine ship, and you are the submarine ship, your mind, your consciousness, and the periscope is your perspective of the world. So the periscope is up here looking at the world, and you can see everything really well and relate with people, and you're focusing on the ships that are out there. Maybe a cruiser comes by filled with people having fun on the deck and swimming and whatever, and so it's not bad. But when you become depressed, the analogy goes is that the periscope is pulled down and you're stuck underwater inside this steel tank with nothing but your own thoughts and insecurities. And you're very alone and you don't really know how to get out. And unfortunately, there's a physical response to this when you get there too. Like with your inner relationship that no longer works. What's one of the first things you do when your relationship is in trouble or you're offended? You pull that periscope down and you go inside and say, this person doesn't love me, or whatever it is. It ends up being this downward spiral where all of a sudden you're separated from the person that's supposed to bring you the most joy on earth, right? If you're someone that's interested in drug or drink, right? One of the things that stands out about those is you get used to them and you want them for whatever reason. You associate so many things, good times with them, weddings, parties, childhood, whatever, with doing these drugs. And when the cigarette smoker gets that package, taps it on his hand, flips up the first one, puts it out, puts it on their lips, lights it. So do you think, and then they take the first puff. So do you think the second puff is as good as the first one? Not even close. All the ritual, the smell when you first open the package, the tapping. I'm sorry if any of you smoke and I'm making you want to smoke. I don't smoke, thankfully. But I do understand it. I smoked cigars for a while and different things. So anticipation is very much the part of pleasure, and it's important to understand that it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. I'm not advocating drugs or anything, but I'm just saying that this anticipatory prospect of a relationship of joy, of being with the person you want to be with, is what makes the relationship exciting and enjoyable. So I have a pre-tip first. When you're thinking about life and you're unhappy at the moment, you're not really sure what to do, my pre-tip is that life is going to go on whether you're happy or unhappy. Even if it's 5 minutes or 5 years or 10 years, it doesn't matter. The only moment you have is this moment, right? And life is going to continue to go. So what do you want to do with the next moment you have? So my actual tip for today is, as far as it can work for depression, but also depressed relationships, is to sit down with your spouse and write down all the things that you like to do together, all the things that you like about your spouse. Just quickly write them down, as many as you can, and don't try to make it fancy, just simple words, simple sentences, and then exchange these lists, or at least discuss them back and forth on the list. And then ask yourselves why. What is it about this event? Why does going to the beach with my partner, why do I enjoy that so much? Why do I enjoy coffee in the morning with them so much? Whatever these things are that you enjoy about each other, think about what it is that you like about it and see if there are other ways you can incorporate this into your relationship. And it will build on itself, and you will learn what it is you like about your partner. And you will also learn what you don't like about your partner, because you're going to realize, well, you like that, but I don't like that. You know, you like going out dancing, and I really don't like dancing at all. And you can make these compromises. Well, I'll go dancing with you once a month. Or it's fine if you go with your friend dancing on Fridays, or whatever it is. You make these compromises, but you also have the information now to figure out what it is you want to do together, and you make a plan, a weekly plan, or even a daily plan, is to spend time together doing the things that you enjoy about each other, to revel in your relationship. So the theme here is depression is being isolated and feeling out of control and no answers in sight. The opposite of that is being in control, having perspective, and having excitement, anticipatory things to look forward to, things that you want to do, whether it's in your work, your relationships, your whatever it is you like to do in your spare time. We have to have these things in order to be happy. And I would throw in here that if you feel bad physically, and I say this a lot, if you feel bad physically and your mind is suppressing you because you're simply unhealthy, that needs to be addressed too. That's very important. Get yourself a holistic health coach, and I have tips on that too. But I mean, that's very important as well. Remember, life is going to go on whether you're happy or sad. Why not be happy in your relationships, in your own life? Get out of that circular thinking. Get excited about what's coming up next as best you can. Spend as little time as possible inside that steel tank by yourself. And remember, I've talked about this before, but accepting your partner is paramount. If you tolerate them only or expect them to change, you're probably going to be unhappy with the results. It may work out, but it's very difficult. You have to accept them for who they are. And if you can't accept them for who they are, you may have to analyze whether or not, how this relationship is going to work, right? All right. So there's so much joy out there to be had. It's a beautiful fall day today. I hope you guys get out there and live the life that you want. Share it with somebody. Set aside time to be with the people you love, and do it. You will be happy. You will be blessed for it. All the love, all the power. Good to be with you again. Love you guys. Have an amazing day. Bye.